Good morning. We were just heading west on I-70. We just crossed into Utah. The exit we had to get off of Highway 128 heads for a town called Cisco. That reminded me of a TV series I used to watch as a kid called The Cisco Kid. So I'm interested to see if we run into a town up here called Poncho. And we're going to end up in Arches National Park, and I'll take some video there. We aren't even at Arches, but I wanted to show you the canyon we're driving through on Route 128. Hopefully you can see this in the film. Just beautiful. It's literally one view after another. And we're going to come right around here to what they call Fisher's Tower. Well, we made it. Arches National Park. We're going to go on up and head up to the visitor center and then go through the park. Well, we're heading up the first road and we're going to head for the first stop. It's the main road, Highway 191. On down there is the entryway. And we come on up this road. And we see some of these formations here. Welcome to Park Avenue in Arches National Park. If you look straight ahead, that looks like the statue at Easter Island. Spires. Look up here at the top. There's a balanced rock. Just every little pullout has another view. Different formations. Now we come along and come to the three gossips. There they are. Count them. 1, 2, 3. Now we come across Sheeprock, right there in the middle, and part of Courthouse. We're here at what they call the Great Wall. And over here we have the Petrified Dunes. You can see them out there. So tell me now, do you think you feel a little out of balance? Well, what I'd like to do is welcome you to Balance Rock. And there it is, just sitting there. And if you don't get here in a few years, next time you come, it may be gone because this is constantly eroding and this picturesque landscape is disappearing because it's always evolving. We're at Delicate Arch stop point, and there in the middle is the arch, and they call it delicate because eventually that one's going to fall apart. Well, that's where we ended up. Now we're going to walk down, and I call Judy a human billy goat, but there she is.
Way down there. We have to walk way back down there.
Fiery Furnace. Now you can go up there and hike in those rocks, but you need special permit, and I'm sure you need to have a little more experience with that kind of thing than I do. Person just doesn't know where to stop, and if you stop too many times, the mountain doesn't like it. And if you look straight ahead, what's that remind you of there? Off in the distance you can see Broken Arch, and if you can see it, right in the middle you can see where it's starting to break apart. So if you want to see that while it's still together, better get out here. You'll notice these rocks, how they go straight up into the air. They call those fins. And what happens is the middle of them get eroded out, and that's what forms the arches. Okay, imagine you're a cowboy on horseback, just robbed a train, And we're going to run right up in there and hide from the posse. It's like a narrow pathway through here to get the sand dune arches.
Be careful, it's slippery.
Nature really is cool, because walking through this little gap here to get the sand
Dunes.
arch,
Sand dunes.
sand dune arch, there's a tree. Kind of cool. There's another fin right in the middle of the pathway. Here we are at Sand Dune Arch. Kind of looks like Broken Arch right there. But my guess is they call it sand dune because of all the sand here. I'm going to pick some up for you. Look how fine that sand is. Judy's going to pick up some sand down here and kind of show you how fine it is. Look at that. What do you think, Judy?
Well, it's dry on the top, but it's a little damp underneath it. Very fine. We're coming up to Skyline Arch. And there it is.
Here's a little closer view of Skyline Arch.
We're on our way to Landscape Arch. 1.5 mile round trip. Come on, let's go.
On our way to Landscape Arch. Look what I found.
Landscape lizard.
Landscape lizard. There he is.
Pretty.
It's like we have sentinels here guarding over that small arch up on the hill there, and Landscape Arch, which is one of the largest arches in North America. That's double arches up there about in the middle of the picture, and Landscape Arch. There's Landscape Arch, one of the largest in the world. I said just North America earlier, but it is in the world. And it's 6 foot thick at the thickest. A few years ago, someone was filming from here. On the backside, part of it actually fell down. And it's on film. I don't know if you can find that on YouTube or not, but the Park Service has it. And there's double arches. Right in the middle. Now we'll go back. It's another little formation there. Just beautiful. What a treasure we have. More scenery, more rocks, different formations. Heading back. You can tell this is a very busy stop. There's an arch right there. And beautiful formations. Now we're looking at the Garden of Eden. Well, they say, whatever goes up must come down. So now we're saying goodbye to arches for today.